On today's episode of Bill and Frank's Guilt-Free Pleasures, a broken computer screen gives way to a classic Bill and Frank episode.
We discuss a song that bridges the gap between parents and children.
And we discuss arguably the greatest supergroup of all time.
You're listening to our take on Handle with Care by the Traveling Wilburys.
Earlier this week, Bill, when you were selecting the song that we were going to do this episode, you said, considering what happened on the weekend, why don't we do Handle with Care by the Traveling Wilburys?
That's correct. I said it, and I wasn't sure how you would respond. Because, when you make a joke and someone's like, yeah, that's really funny because that was expensive. Or someone's like, oh, okay, we can make light of things.
Yeah, it was not one of my finer moments. We were attempting to do a virtual recording and I was having technology issues. And there were a number of other things that were coming to a head at that point in my life. And in a moment of frustration, my computer screen took some impact.
Okay, that's such a great way of putting it. That's good.
That's how I explained it to the people at the store when I said, can you fix my computer because it took some impact? Yeah, I am now in the process of getting my laptop repaired with a bit of a price tag that comes along with that. And I now know that I need to handle it with care.
I'm so tired of being lonely. I still have some love to give. Won't you show me that you really care? Everybody's got somebody to lean on. Put your body next to mine and dream on. I've been bumped up and I've been...
This one is a big one.
Oh, this song is massive to me.
So the Traveling Wilburys come together in around 1987, 1988. I know the album comes out in late 88, right?
Yeah, this song was released in October of 88.
Okay. Before we even talk about how this came together, the Traveling Wilburys is a mythic band already when they came out in the late 80s.
Yeah.
I don't know how your dad was when he found out about it, but it was a huge deal in my household. My dad thought it was the greatest thing.
Yeah, I remember sitting in my parents' minivan and hearing this song and End of the Line coming on and my dad just saying, yeah, these guys get it. These guys are back at the top of the charts. But the song never actually went to the top of the charts. It did okay-ish, but considering the weight behind this band, you think it would have done a lot better. And the song in and of itself is awesome.
Oh, it's amazing. Tom Bryan from Stereogum called it a banger and didn't understand why it didn't top the charts.
Yeah.
Well, I know why it didn't top the charts because of conspiracy, Frank. Okay? So the real win here for the Traveling Wilburys is that the album was number one for a long time and sold a ton of copies.
Yeah.
So you don't need tons of quote unquote radio play to reach the top of the charts. And back then it was dirty pool anyways for how you get to the top of the charts.
Yeah.
Just remember that country music was ignored throughout the 80s as well until the SoundScan era. And suddenly we found out that Garth Brooks was the greatest selling person. Right.
Yeah.
And then this, I heard it all the time.
Yeah.
They played it all the time on both Much Music, MTV in the States, and for me, video hits, but I'll get back to that later. We do have younger people listening who may not know about the Wilburys, which is surprising, but we come to this without judgment.
Yeah, it's cute that you think that we attract a younger crowd here, Bill.
The young kids aren't so sure about this stuff.
Like, do you mean like people in their early 40s?
Yeah. Well, they would be the age of the Wilburys. We have to come to deal with this right now.
Yeah.
So, Frank, we are older than all but Roy Orbison and the Wilburys right now.
Seriously.
Our ages. So we are, and I don't know if you're okay giving your age out.
I'm fine with it, yeah.
Yeah, we're 48, but very close to 49.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me run down the ages of those in the Wilburys. We'll start with Roy Orbison, 52. So when the album comes out, he's 52 years old. And he'll pass away at 52 because he dies just a few weeks later, I think.
Yeah,
after
just
the
shortly after the album was released, because he died in December of 88.
Right. Bob Dylan, 47 years old.
Oh my goodness. Seriously?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. A lot of them live these harder lives. They certainly look older than we do.
Yeah.
But they also certainly have way more money than we do.
Yeah, that's true too. Yes.
George Harrison, 45.
Oh my.
Okay. Jeff Lynne from ELO, your dad's era, right? He's 1970s guy, 40. He
Seriously?
was 40 years old. And Tom Petty hadn't turned 38. Turns 38 a couple days, I think, after the album comes out. So
Yeah.
Tom Petty is 37, Jeff Lynne 40, Harrison 45, Dylan 47, and Orbison, the elder statesman, 52 years old.
That's crazy. Because all of those artists, with the exception of Tom Petty, had already really hit the peak of their career. They're on the kind of back end of their careers. But I think, if I can say this correctly, that the Traveling Wilburys reignited an interest in artists like Bob Dylan, George Harrison, and Roy Orbison. Jeff Lynne is always kind of that forgotten guy in the band, because ELO wasn't that massive band that the Beatles were.
Right. Because, I mean, the Beatles are the greatest band of all time, understood back then. They're a mountain of...
Yeah, that's just because most people didn't know about Toad the Wet Sprocket. They only formed in 86.
Right, so they just had come out.
Yeah.
ELO was a way bigger deal than I realized, because there's all these songs I knew, but I didn't know it was the Electric Light Orchestra.
Yeah.
So, Strange Magic, Evil Woman, Don't Bring Me Down.
Yeah.
Right? And then you start going through these songs like, holy cow, this is major.
They have this catalog, but for some reason, Jeff Lynne doesn't have a great reputation, does he?
He's hated by the musical literati, especially in that era. I think they're coming around to it now, but during that time, they hated the sound he would produce.
Yeah.
And they'd say he wrecked the sound of Petty, Harrison, the Beatles' new songs that they put together.
Yeah, because we talked about Jeff Lynne in the context of George Harrison already and Roy Orbison.
That's right.
And that got me thinking, have we done Traveling Wilburys? Like, when you suggested this, like, haven't we already done this song? But we haven't. But the mythology of how the band came together, we've talked very briefly about it. It's just amazing. It's a bunch of guys just coming together and jamming.
Right.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah. So we have Bob Dylan's at the lowest point of his career.
Yeah.
Tom Petty's released not a very popular album just around this time. It's just before his Full Moon Fever. It's going to be a huge deal. You have George Harrison is on the comeback.
Yeah. So that's Cloud 9 that's
Cloud
Jeff
9.
Lynne is working on with him, right?
Right. Well, I think it's already out. He's already hit number 1 with Got My Mind Set on You. Yeah. So he's back. And the record company wants him to make a B-side for a song. I believe it was called Is This Love or This Is Love. It's one of the tracks on Cloud 9. And it was only meant to be on a 12-inch single in Europe.
In Europe, yeah.
This is George Harrison. He said, well, I thought the easiest way to do it is you just write a song in a day and put it on.
Yeah.
That's his idea.
Yeah.
And so the story starts to even get better that he's out for dinner with Jeff Lynne and Roy Orbison.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes.
There's lots of versions of this story, but the version I know of just off the top of my head, I read through it yesterday too, is he's out for dinner with Jeff Lynne and Roy Orbison. He wants to record a song, and Roy Orbison said he'd like to come along for the recording.
Just to hang out.
Right.
Yeah.
Jeff Lynne is coming as well, but he can't use whatever studio he's using because I think they're recording for Mystery Girl for Roy Orbison at this time.
Yeah.
So Roy Orbison's on a comeback as well. People have started to notice him, and we've talked a lot about it for the You Got It episode in his life. So they're going to go to Bob Dylan's home in Malibu.
And he has a studio set up in his garage.
Which sounds so like low budget.
From what I understand, half of this stuff looked like it was never ever used, like covered in dust and tarps and drapes and stuff like that.
Well, because Bob Dylan is always on tour, which is why it's called the Never Ending Tour. And they said it was lucky that he even answered, because you could call Bob Dylan, you wouldn't hear back for months. Bob Dylan answers, and he invites them over, says they can use it, but they need to get a guitar that George Harrison has left at Tom Petty's house.
Yes.
So he goes to Tom Petty's house, and Tom Petty also happens to be home and says he'd like to come along.
Yeah.
So you have these 5 guys are now at Bob Dylan's house. Bob Dylan's working the barbecue, by the way.
Yes, exactly. And from what I understand, George Harrison had the song, like the chord structure and everything sorted out already. But it was Jeff Lynne who said, why don't we write something for Roy Orbison? Because to have that vocal talent there and not use it
Right.
just seemed like a complete and utter waste.
Right.
So they write a vocal part for him. And again, it's all George Harrison. He has most of the lyrics. He has the structure of the song sorted out. And Dylan's on the barbecue flipping burgers and hot dogs or whatever. And I think, was it George Harrison that said, hey, Bob, give us some of those famous lyrics that you have.
Yeah.
And he said, well, what's the song called? And Harrison saw a box that said, Handle with Care, and said, well, it's called Handle with Care.
Isn't it amazing? Well, this goes on. The rest of the album, when they get to it, they write songs this way where they just grab things out of a newspaper or a magazine, and they'll just end up recording it. I mean, you can hear the lyrics to this song where they sound like Dylan, especially when it's overexposed, commercialized, feels like a Dylan line.
Yeah.
But either way, I mean, this is almost like a George Harrison solo song. In some ways it is, but then you could see him bringing them in. You got Roy Orbison who suddenly shows up. And then there's this other part on Genius Lyrics. It's called the chorus. I'm not sure it is, but it's Tom Petty and Bob Dylan come in. And then Jeff Lynne
and Roy Orbison
come in too. So now suddenly you have this full band. And for the first time, I think really in history of rock music, you have a proper but awesome supergroup. Like there's so many supergroups that just aren't that awesome.
Yeah.
No one talks about them crooked vultures in the ways, oh man, that was amazing. Or what was the one with the Soundgarden guy?
Temple of the Dog.
Oh yeah. Or how about, I was thinking of...
the one with Chris Cornell, Audio Slave.
Right. And then what was the other one? The Velvet Revolver? None of these are good.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the Highwaymen, but I don't know if they actually wrote songs. Maybe they did.
I think they wrote songs.
Okay, now it's betraying my own country, anti-country bias. I'll get there. Yeah. Either way, this is the true supergroup, and they sold tons of copies, and everyone was cheering them on.
Yeah, they record the song in Dylan's garage. They have a drum machine programmed for the drumming, and they all play their different acoustic guitars, and Dylan's the only one that plays guitar and harmonica.
Right.
They just throw together this version of it. They bring it to the label for George Harrison's album for the B-side, and they're like, no. This is way too good. We can't waste it on a B-side. And I think that was kind of the decision at that point where the Traveling Wilburys became like a proper band. It wasn't just this one-off thing. They said like, no, we need to capitalize on this supergroup.
And this is where the record company is, in one of the rare instances, the good guys.
Right? I know, right?
They make sure this happens. And then the band somehow is able to get Bob Dylan to agree to be around for 10 straight days.
Yeah.
They go to Dave Stewart's house from the Eurythmics.
Yeah.
Somewhere in California. 10 days. And they record in kitchens. They record in different rooms for creating makeshift studios even. And within 10 days, they write an entire album. It's like a song a day.
Which is crazy. And they call it Volume 1.
And it's a really good album.
It is. It really is.
I also like Volume 3.
Yes.
I don't know if you heard Volume 3.
Yeah.
And of course, the joke is there is no Volume 2. Volume 3, which was made after Roy Orbison died about 2 years later, still is pretty good.
Yeah, because that came out in 91, I think it was.
I think so.
Yeah.
So there we go. There's our short history of the Traveling Wilburys.
Yeah. We should also mention, though, that they all took on pseudonyms for the band.
Right.
Similar to like the Ramones or the Donnas, they took the last name of Wilbury. So George Harrison was Nelson Wilbury. Jeff Lynne was Otis Wilbury.
Right.
Roy Orbison was Lefty Wilbury. Tom Petty was Charlie T. Wilbury Jr. And then Bob Dylan was Lucky Wilbury.
Right. And they're all named after, at least 3 or 4 of them. I shouldn't say all. 3 or 4 of them are named after famous blues musicians. And then other ones they just made up. Like the Nelson is just made up because it sounds like an older person. He wanted to be like the elder brother. Which is kind of funny to me because Roy Orbison's.
Yeah. Almost, you mean Lefty.
Lefty, right. Oh,
which sounds like an older brother's nickname.
No, but Nelson was supposed to be apparently the name of a brother, right? I don't know. George Harrison's sense of humor is kind of odd anyways.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, anyways. The funny thing about the nicknames is nobody talked about the nicknames. Like in the media,
Yeah.
no one cared. They'd mention it briefly, but George Harrison said, "Oh, we wanted to be sort of unknown, so when it came out, no one would know." Like everyone knew. The record
Exactly.
companies told everybody. When the video was released, it was shown on every possible outlet.
Yeah.
Everyone's parents was excited because you had a Beatle, you had Roy Orbison, who's every dad's favorite singer, I think.
He's one of my favorite singers.
He's amazing.
He's
It's a perfect.
so awesome. Yeah.
And then you can just
then
keep
you
going
have
on.
Dylan too, right?
Yeah. So you have the greatest writer of all time for American music.
Yeah.
And then you have the greatest singer of all time for American music.
Yeah.
And they actually cross over in this song where you hear Dylan's, how do we describe his voice?
It is a bit nasally.
Right.
I mean, I know he gets a lot of criticism for it.
It's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
And then you have Roy Orbison's Perfection.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
More about that later.
Yeah. Okay. This song does incredibly well. This album does incredibly well.
We should also mention that they asked Jim Keltner, famous session drummer, to drum on this, but he couldn't, unfortunately.
On this song.
But
he does the other 9.
Yeah, and he was not an official member of the Traveling Wilburys, but they gave him the nickname Buster Sidebury.
That's a great name. Did Jeff Lynne play drums on this then?
Yes, he programmed the drum machine.
Okay. Is it drum machine on the tracks or actual drumming? I'm curious about that on the Wikipedia page if it says.
Oh, yeah. No, that's correct. So when they recorded it, it was a drum machine, but then I guess when they remastered it or mastered it for the album, he must have played the drums on it.
Bit of a Paul McCartney move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Except they don't all hate him.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, without further ado, do we jump into the song here, Frank?
I think so, yes.
Okay. You thought we'd get to the lyrics, but not yet. What do you think about that opening there? I mean, what's there to say other than...
It really grabs you, but in a subtle way. It's not over the top. It doesn't hit you in the face.
Yep.
Maybe it's just because I love the song so much and the song is so iconic, but it is a really, really iconic opening. It has that Americana feel to it.
Right. It's familiar.
Yeah.
I would hate to try to come up with a term for how the guitar is moving down the note bar thing. So I won't do that.
Really good with your technical analysis.
Yeah, like it's something edgy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, see, it's moving down.
Yeah. It's stepping down a ladder. Taking the stairs to the basement. How about let's say that.
All right, we better get the lyrics because we're real good at that one.
Are we?
Okay, verse 1. Being beat up and battered around, being sent up and I've been shot down. You're the best thing that I've ever found. Handle me with care.
Being beat up and battered around, being sent up and I've been shot down. You're the best thing that I've ever found. Handle me with care.
I love this song. The lyrics, it's really tough to reconcile the pain that these super, super popular musicians are talking about. I get it. They're human, they're people, and they're subject to the same sort of pressures and everything as everyone else, but I give a little less sympathy to superstars.
Right, I get it.
If you know what I mean.
Totally. They're taking on a character of someone who's middle-aged. 45 used to be middle-aged, still young now, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it was incredibly young.
Incredibly young. So they're taking on a character, and I can accept that. I mean, it's great use of the B's words, being beat up and battered around.
Yeah, the alliteration that's there, right? So you get that feeling of constant pummeling, like it's repeated hits, right?
Ah, good job. Yeah, that's right. Being sent up and I've been shot down. And then that flip around, you're the best thing that I've ever found. So he's got this horrible life, but he's found somebody.
Yeah.
I love this sort of second chance songs, right?
Yeah.
And that this is it. Like, I've had such a rough life, but this is the best thing I've ever found.
And I know that it sort of implies perhaps a romantic relationship in that regard, but do you think maybe it's a song out to the fans who stayed around and like kept them as engaged and as popular as they have been and are going to be even further? If that makes any sense?
It does. I'd say no. I never thought of that, but it could
I just
work.
thought about it right now.
I mean, if they ever perform live, it'd be great for them to point to someone in the audience.
Yeah.
Hey.
Or just point to all the audience. Because
That could
you're
be-
the best thing
Yeah, you're the
that
yeah.
I've ever found.
Oh, how sweet.
Yes.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go. Nailed that analysis.
Yes.
And with a little something extra there from Frank Pearson. Okay, verse 2. It follows the pattern of the songs. We have verse 1, verse 2, but it's going to get pretty interesting musically to me later, too.
Yeah.
Reputations changeable, situations tolerable, but baby, you're adorable. Handle me with care.
Reputations changeable, situations tolerable, but baby you're adorable. Handle me with care.
So there is the more of a romantic connection.
Right. So you got the reputations changeable does seem to match their experience as rock stars
Yeah.
of the 50s, 60s, 70s,
Yes.
and 80s.
And 80s, yeah.
And all of them have kind of gone through this to some degree. Tom Petty a little less than the others.
Yeah.
But I did look at the previous album that he had released, which didn't do that well. While they're doing this, he's recording the Full Moon Fever, which is
Yeah.
going to be huge.
Yeah, that's kind of his biggest album,
It is.
I think. Right?
Also
Yeah.
rejected by the record label. Said there was
Really?
no hits on it.
Oh.
Then the guy who said that left the record label and they resubmitted it. And then, of course,
Yeah.
turns out that guy was wrong.
It turns out.
So record companies can be villains too.
Yes.
Every once in a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Situations tolerable. I like that line too. I don't know. I just want to give Dylan credit for any lyric I really like. But
Yeah, I know,
it's
right?
not fair to the others. Situations tolerable, but they have it there because they got to rhyme adorable, which is very funny to me.
Yeah, yeah.
But baby, you're adorable. Handle me with care. There's not a lot to say there, but it has, I don't know, just the word even adorable feels so quaint in a late 80s song.
And it gives the artists there who, like, they're superstars,
Yeah,
right? But it gives them this sort of human feel.
correct.
Like, adorable just seems to be a very
Cute term.
cute term. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Thank you. And for a superstar to use that or someone like, let's say, a Bob Dylan, who's this fantastic wordsmith, for him to use that in a lyric just seems more humanizing.
Right.
Like yourself, I like to credit all the really awesome lyrics to Dylan.
Yeah. He was at the worst part of his career.
Oh, yeah.
Like he just released Dylan. No, he's just about to release Dylan the Dead, which is like terrible.
Yeah.
Down in the Groove was just before this, and that was also despised. He's going to make Under the Red Sky. No, or Under the Blood Red Sky. Wait, that's U2. Under the Red Sky or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's awful with
Yeah.
Was Not Was guys.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He does do Oh Mercy just after this with Daniel Lanois, and it's a huge comeback. But Dylan is still yet to find his footing. But once he does,
Yeah.
about 10 years from now, in this case, he becomes the ultimate legend.
Yeah. Yeah,
Which he
yeah.
already was, but then he becomes something else. Like it's, I don't know, like a constellation. I don't know. That's really big,
Yes.
right? Except
Yeah.
he's not dead, like a living constellation.
Like a living constellation. Like
Yeah.
he's made out of stars.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the band is made out of stars.
It is. And speaking of, the greatest vocal star is
Oh.
coming up next.
Yes, please.
Pre-chorus, I'm so tired of being lonely. I still have some love to give. Won't you show me that you really care?
I'm so tired of being lonely. I still have some love to give. Won't you show me that you really care?
Like, this makes so much sense. Like, this is a lyric that was crafted specifically for Roy Orbison and his pop operatic style.
Exactly.
And you feel like this is a man who's lonely. You feel that this is a man who is maybe down on his luck, but still has something to give.
That's right.
It's just a brilliant move to give this line to Roy Orbison to sing. It makes so much sense.
Because the word lonely immediately reminds you that he's saying only the lonely.
Yeah.
And so he's saying, I'm so tired of being lonely. So
Yeah.
this is also like Roy Orbison now. Yeah, I'm so tired of this. I still have some love to give, which means don't count me out.
Yeah.
Won't you show me that you really care? And his voice is always kind of breaking. There's this high vocal, but that's full of so much emotion.
You're right. It almost feels like it's always on the cusp of cracking.
Right. Vulnerability.
Yeah.
Crying.
That there's so much emotion in there that it's going to break free.
From there, we're going to get two of the sweetest voices next to what a juxtaposition to have Dylan and Petty singing together.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first saw this, like, who's that guy who looks like he was just pulled off the street somewhere?
Yeah.
Or, it just came out of bed. And that, of course, is Bob Dylan. I didn't really know much about Bob Dylan back then because I was only 10 or 11. So I knew of the songs we sang in choir, Where Have All the Flowers Gone? Wait, he didn't write Where Have All the Flowers Gone. But he could have.
He could have, yeah.
Blowing in the Wind.
Blowing in the Wind,
Wind's the one I'm thinking of. Okay, either way, everybody's got somebody to lean on. Put your body next to mine and dream on.
Everybody's got somebody to lean on. Put your body next to mine and dream on.
What do you think he means by that?
Well, this is somewhere I read this. I don't remember who said it, but this is classic late 60s, 70s Dylan, who's way more sexual, where it's like, put your body next to mine and dream on. I love the line, though, because it's so confident of these older guys, but they're also older with confidence.
Yeah.
Everybody's got somebody to lean on. I love that sort of line because we're thinking lean on me. Like they're echoing these old songs. And then dream on is where Roy's voice comes back. So you have Dylan, put your body next to mine, and then suddenly it's Roy Orbison saying dream on. And of course, Dreams, I think the song is it In Dreams. That's that Roy Orbison song.
Yes.
That was used in, I think, Blue Velvet, the David Lynch movie.
Oh, yeah.
And our good friend Chris Newkirk would put that at the end of every mixtape he made for people.
Oh, seriously?
Back in the 90s.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's a mixtape ender. So, but Dream On kind of sends us on.
Yeah.
I don't feel this is a chorus, though. I feel it's a bridge.
It feels like it's a song full of bridges.
Yes, two bridges. You got the Roy Orbison bridge and then the Petty Dylan bridge.
The verses feel more like choruses to me, in the sense lyrically, right?
Right, because it ends with title, right?
Yeah.
Okay, verse 3? Or do we have more to say about that?
I get it. Everyone needs their kick at the can with the lyrics and everything on here. And no disrespect to Tom Petty and Bob Dylan. They have their particular voices and their particular styles. But the angelic tones of Roy Orbison to something that's a little dirtier and gravelly, and I mean that in the most respectful way possible, is an interesting choice. And I'm wondering if it was kind of done on purpose, just to take you to those different heights.
It works really well.
Yeah.
And your brother actually just walked in halfway through this recording. He's gone now. But
and we cut anything that he said, but so we can take credit for it.
Right. But he may have said, or we said, it's an off-tempo song. And I never thought of the term off-tempo. But in terms of what you'd expect, it does feel off suddenly that these two voices come in. Jeff Lynne is somewhere in the background too, helping things along, like lifting them up, I think, a bit.
Yeah.
But it does feel so different. It was a really different song. It wasn't
really
predictable. And it is an unpredictable song.
Yes.
Right. Okay. We nailed that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
All right. On to verse 3. This is George Harrison. I've been fobbed off and I've been fooled. I've been robbed and ridiculed. In daycare centers and night schools, handled me with care.
I've been fobbed up and I've been fooled. I've been robbed and ridiculed. In daycare centers and night schools, handle me with care.
I'm reading on Genius Lyrics, there's an annotation here of what fobbed off means.
Right.
Apparently it's slang for crappy knockoffs or bootlegs.
The Genius Lyrics goes really deep on this, where I don't think it's quite fair that they say what Harrison wanted, money or credit.
Yeah, he was looking for monetary rewards of success, but hating that he had to fight against piracy.
Right. I don't think it's totally that. I mean, when I looked up fobbed off, it's also like you're kind of being screwed over in some sort of way, right? Someone's got something faulty they're trying to either sell you or they're replacing something. And I've been fooled matches that. Again, the double F sound. They got their alliteration down pat,
Yes.
that's for sure. And then I've been robbed and ridiculed is such a great connection of words, robbed and ridiculed. So you're at your low point again. Keeps coming back to this horrible life he's gone through. This character's gone through, let's say.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't end up saying something positive about the one he's with. Instead, he just ends it with in daycare centers and night schools.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting because it spans generations, right? So like from young kids to night schools, you're assuming that it's adult learning and stuff like that.
So this is somebody who's, maybe feels he's been put into different daycare centers because his parents aren't around for him. And then the night school, regular school doesn't work out. You got to work at night to try to make things work. And then that takes us to verse 4, which starts to get even more like damaging, whatever he's gone through. Being stuck in airports, terrorized, sent to meetings, hypnotized, overexposed, commercialized, handle me with care.
Being stuck in airports, terrorized, sent to meetings, hypnotized, overexposed, commercialized, handle me with care.
You got some genius lyric stuff here. They go pretty far with the stuck in airports part.
Yeah, so apparently they were in the Philippines in 1966. They snubbed the first lady at the time.
Unwittingly.
Yeah, and they weren't welcome back there. And when they were in the airport, they were held at gunpoint. The Beatles, yeah.
Man, well, this happened to Dan Hill in Bermuda.
Yeah, that's right, yes.
I mean, I'm not sure if he's talking about that, but the idea of being stuck in airports, terrorized, definitely brings up terrorized. Well, I always think of terrorists in airports.
Yeah.
So it's just in there. But then rhyming hypnotized in there. Sent to meetings as though you're in recovery, but you're hypnotized. You're being taken advantage of. And then overexposed, commercialized, which is the experience of anyone in this industry.
Yeah, this is a character that's just constantly being taken advantage of.
Right. And this feels like a child actor could sing this really well.
Yes. Oh, exactly. Yeah. Maybe we should put that in
one of our categories.
Like, what type of version would Corey Feldman do?
Well, he would dance to it.
Well, yeah.
It didn't. That took a turn. Okay. On to the pre-chorus. So you had verse 3 and verse 4, which are very I wish I had Dylan's vocabulary right now.
Yeah.
But they're jarring.
Yeah.
They really throw me off because there's no tenderness. Like the other ones, baby, you're adorable.
Yeah.
You're the best thing that I've ever found. All of those are like tempering these horrible things. But this one doesn't have any temperance.
Yeah, there's no positive outlook on things.
Right. Which is why we need Roy Orbison to come back.
And
this gives way more weight to it, right?
Yeah.
I'm so tired of being lonely. I still have some love to give. Won't you show me that you really care?
I'm so tired of being lonely. I still have some love to give. Won't you show me that you really care?
I can't say enough about his voice, but it's just this soothing balm.
Yes.
I know this is a category. What brings you joy? What brings me joy is Roy Orbison's vocals in this thing.
Good call. And you're already starting to cry, I can see. So I'm just going to lean into that till we get you crying right to the mic.
Perfect. Yeah. Could you imagine Roy Orbison doing a version of Somewhere Out There?
Oh, my goodness.
He could do both parts. That would get me crying.
Yeah.
I heard that song earlier today, so that's why I thought about that.
This part also reminds me of Magnolia. Right?
Yes.
Quiz Kid Donny Osmond. And, I wonder.
Is it Donny Osmond? Or?
No, it wasn't.
You said Danny Osmond.
I know, but Quiz Kid Donny something or other. So Quiz Kid Donny definitely has the exact life of the character in this.
Yeah.
I never thought of this, but I wonder if P.T. Anderson is thinking about this.
Maybe.
Because this has all the vibes there. This poor kid's been set up, terrorized in some ways.
Taken advantage of and everything. Yeah. And he still has some love to give.
Not Donny Osmond, huh?
No.
Okay. All right. Now, for the next part, which was before the Tom Petty and Bob Dylan part that jarred us.
The chorus.
The quote-unquote chorus.
Yeah.
I call it Bridge 2.
Yeah.
This is a bit of a turn. You have two sweet voices coming in. You have Jeff Lynne and Roy Orbison again.
Yeah.
Everybody's got somebody to lean on. Put your body next to mine, and here's Tom Petty, Bob Dylan, like, don't forget about us.
Yeah,
Dream on.
Yeah, because it brings everybody in together at that point.
It is perfect.
Everybody got somebody to lean on. Put your body next to mine and dream on.
There's not much more to say, but like that's so beautiful. And it's going to lead us to a fascinating end, right?
Yeah.
Verse 5. We're ending on verse 5, not a repeat chorus, fade out sort of thing. I mean, it's just fade out, but we're going to come back to George Harrison and see if he's got anything positive to give us, because he was having some troubles. I've been uptight and made a mess, but I'll clean it up myself, I guess. Oh, the sweet smell of success. Handle me with care.
I've been uptight and made a mess, but I'll clean it up myself, I guess. Oh, the sweet smell of success. Handle me with care.
Now, the sweet smell of success. Is he wistful of that, or is he being sarcastic about that?
George Harrison's tricky to know because he's a sarcastic guy.
Yeah.
That feels like both parts, like more like a sarcasm that's not mean, I think. Because he says, I'll clean it up myself, I guess, which could be taken a couple ways, but I like the idea that he's taking some charge. And the sweet smell of success. Could that just be cleaning up a mess? Could it be what the Wilburys are going to become? They have no idea how huge this is going to be. They're already popular in their own rights, but this is gigantic. So just the end of it feels like it's also sort of prophesying the future, so to speak. And then handle me with care. He's still talking to the person beside him, I guess.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. And then we get the...
I find it interesting a bit that the outro is... They're all just playing, and then there's Dylan on his harmonica and just brings it to a close. And the song itself is really short. It's 3 minutes and 19 seconds.
Right.
You get the feeling that the harmonica is a bridge, and there's going to be more that comes after that, but it just fades off. And you would think with all these great artists, there'd be some more vocals. It leaves you wanting more at the end.
Yes, totally does. I mean, it's perfect because this is why people are going to buy the album.
Yeah.
And the album does not disappoint.
No, exactly. Yeah.
It is so good. I didn't realize how great the album was because when I was a kid, I only knew the 2 singles.
Yeah.
But in between those 2 songs, which bookend the album, you have so much. And then you have Bob Dylan being fun again all throughout it.
Exactly. Yes.
And then there's one about going to the light or something like that. Let me just bring up the album here just quickly. Heading for the Light. That's the one. It is such a beautiful song. I think we'll just put things in the show notes.
Yeah.
I'm going to put in the show notes this documentary that was released on the special edition of the Wilburys collection, and it goes through the recording of the whole
seriously?
thing.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
It should be on YouTube. I'm sure I'll find it. If not, I know it's on Apple Music. You can watch it on the special edition.
Yeah. You mentioned this already, but you get the feeling that these guys are having a ton of fun.
Yeah.
You get that real sense of camaraderie amongst these superstars.
100%. Because the best way to know that they're having a good time is that they're willing to make a bunch of music videos together.
Yeah.
Because a music video shoot can last for, 20 hours or longer, which doesn't make sense to me for this video. Because now we should talk about the video, I think.
Yeah.
Because they just had to stand around this microphone and sing.
Yeah.
But I guess it was a really long shoot.
Yeah.
And the story behind the shoot is that they said even for the filming of the video, we had a great time. We just hung out with each other all the time. And so when they hung out, it was Roy Orbison doing Monty Python impressions.
Yeah, he was just reciting skits and
just
giggling.
And giggling, which is funny to think about. And also because George Harrison is buddies with the Monty Python guys.
That's right, yeah.
Because George Harrison actually produced Life of Brian.
Yes, yeah.
So it feels almost postmodern in some sort that he has to listen to a guy do renditions of comedy skits done by people he already knows and could see live or whatever.
Yeah.
And the giggling just sounds
amazing.
And when you watch the video, he looks so old, but I guess there's a sign of this. I mean Roy Orbison, he's going to pass away in just a few weeks.
That's right.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
What a glorious sort of high point in his career to go off on.
Yeah.
Not to say it's great that anyone passes away, but in terms of how magnificent that ending was, it's sad that he died, but that legacy lives on.
Yeah.
It's amazing. What a story.
Yeah. And this was the last proper video that he was ever in.
That's right.
Because when he did You Got It, it was just a live version that they released as the music video.
Right.
And then for End of the Line, they had a framed picture of him in a rocking chair with his guitar. And every time he was singing in that song, the camera shot was of that.
And the lights were going on and off.
Yeah.
I love that video
Yeah.
too. But I'd
Yeah,
like to save that song for our very last episode of the podcast.
Oh, okay.
I almost want to record it and just have it ready, just in case,
Is this like, so after we record that, that's when you stab me and I shoot you, right?
That's right. Or it's at the very end after all the litigation and everything.
Yeah.
There's still this thing that exists, the final episode.
We're contractually obligated to do one
release
last
this.
episode.
I wouldn't mind doing a recording of our last episode as though it was like a time machine and then have it there so that whenever it ends, we have, oh no, we already have the final episode. Here it is. Something to think about this summer.
Yeah.
Well, the story of the video, we have a truck coming by with all their equipment.
Yeah.
They're in the truck. I think they're in the truck.
I can't remember.
I can't remember seeing it. So there's a truck. They walk into an old
It's a brewery. Yeah.
Right? So it's an abandoned brewery. And then there's an old-timey mic in the center of the room.
Yeah, like an old school omnidirectional mic.
That's right. And then they sing around it, each playing their guitars.
Yeah.
And that's the song.
That's it. The video makes so much sense for the band and the song.
That's right. And they had a costume designer who went through each of the characters and made sure they looked a certain way. But I love the top hat thing that they put on. It's not a top hat, but it's one of those bowler caps they put on Tom Petty.
Yeah.
I feel like that was from his Alice in Wonderland video thing or whatever.
Yeah,
They all look like they could have been riding the rails or something. But I mean, George Harrison has the trench coat, so he could also be a Highlander.
Yes.
Right, in that era. And then you have Roy Orbison, who's got that cross tie thing in the center. He's wearing all black.
Oh, the bolo tie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is that, but it's like a cross.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
but it's kind of like almost a pendant cross.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah, he's wearing a brooch. Yes.
That's right.
He wears
and
a
he's
brooch.
got that strange ponytail.
Yes.
You're like, whoa, he's got long hair.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. And we talked about that with the You Got It episode too, right?
Yeah.
It was Roger Burton who styled everybody. And he did films like Quadrophenia and Chariots of Fire. He was the sort of wardrobe guy there.
Okay. Everyone looks correct. They look right for the parts.
Yeah.
I think that I can only put it that way. And as a kid watching this, and we were always watching this with our parents, because if they knew it was coming on, they'd watch it on TV too.
Yeah.
It was so exciting to see all these characters who were major big deals all together. It was like you were getting a 5-for-1 deal when watching this song. That's my take on the video. I mean, everything looks great. I just love the looks of all their guitars. There's personality in every part.
Yeah.
And they're just sitting there at the end, either in front of the truck or the truck is, I think the truck left, and they're just all sitting there hanging out.
Jeff Lynne described the video as a nice film where we're all just playing with nice shots of guitars and heads and feet and free of gimmicks and fireworks. It's stripped down and it's just all it needs to be because the artists there speak for themselves.
Just like the band, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing too fancy going on. Right? They just keep it straight. I think especially for the next album, they had like rules like we write a song in a day, no fancy computer trickery.
Yeah.
Although it is like the late 80s, early 90s. There's not a lot of that.
Yeah. There's no AI yet.
No.
Terminator 2 hadn't come out.
No.
So we didn't know anything about it.
Right. And Terminator 2 stopped that from happening.
Exactly.
Bit of a spoiler, though. I apologize to the kids listening.
Yes. Wait, should I not be using ChatGPT? Is it going to create the next Terminator?
Frank, I think you know the answer.
Because I'm really Kyle Reese from the future.
That's right. And I got to kill you now.
Oh, damn it.
Okay, well, that took a turn. Let's go to other categories. Is there anything more to say about the video? I don't think so.
I loved it. I think it's just perfect.
Right. Okay. What's your first memory of the song? Do you remember?
100%. I don't know if it was the first time that I heard it, but I remember distinctly driving back from my aunt and uncle's place in Markham or Newmarket or wherever it is that they were living at the time, and in my parents' minivan and hearing the song and my dad just loving it because he knew all these guys.
Right.
He knew all these artists. He grew up listening to all of them, with the exception maybe of Tom Petty. But I remember sitting in my seat and thinking, I like this, but I shouldn't like it.
Right.
Because it's like old person music.
Yeah.
But I really, really loved it.
Yeah. It did bridge generational gaps.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, these were all guys who sang 10 years before or even 20 years before,
exactly.
which is ridiculous. You think about 20 years ago was 2006.
Yeah.
Hips Don't Lie is still an awesome song.
Well, it is. Yes.
Yeah. That is actually from 2006. I did
Is
do
it?
some work there. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
How about yourself? Do you remember when?
Yeah, there's the music video.
Oh,
I
okay.
remember distinctly watching the music video for the first time, and I'm pretty sure we had a VCR then, and we recorded it.
Oh, okay.
And I have it in my video hits collection of music videos, which
Gotcha.
probably is still viewable.
Probably.
I should get it digitized because you can't get those things anymore.
I have a friend that has a VCR still.
Oh, yeah?
So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Maybe we'll have a VCR watching party.
Maybe, yes.
And then find out everything's on YouTube anyways.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next up, what could be the new version of this band for our time? What would be a new Wilburys?
Oof. Well, we're talking about artists who probably would have peaked in popularity about 20, 25 years ago.
That's right.
Oh, that's really tough because I
is.
don't know any music
I
from
know.
20,
It's
25 years
crazy.
ago. Well, I know Hips Don't Lie came out in 2006.
Yep.
So
Fugees.
Shakira,
Yep.
right? So
Shakira.
she's in the band.
Okay.
No, she's not.
Oh, okay. All right. I got one.
Okay, let's
Okay,
hear it.
because I'm the one who came up with this category.
Yeah.
So last night I went through a bunch, I quickly came up with it. These guys are not young.
Yeah.
It's my version of the Wilburys, but these guys, instead of all playing guitar, they all play piano, which is going to be a very strange video because we'll need a much wider frame because they're all playing the keys and it won't blend together quite as well. But here they are in no particular order. Bruce Hornsby.
I was going to say Bruce Hornsby number 1. Yeah.
Elton John.
Okay.
Billy Joel.
Oh, yeah.
Ben Folds.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And a young one who needs to prove himself again because he sold his soul, Chris Martin.
Oh, yes.
It's my 5 piano men.
I like that you called him a young one when he's our age.
I know. But this is what the modern era is like. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Elton John's fairly old, isn't he? So is Billy
yeah.
Joel.
Yes. Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, they
yeah.
could have been. And I mean, they didn't play guitar, but that's my piano men.
Yes.
Like highwaymen, but they're player piano men.
Player piano man.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, I like the idea of a group of child actors singing this because that would feel a little more.
Like if they
Poignant.
reunited the Goonies.
Yeah, and they could all do Handle with Care.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's pretty
good.
All right, I did have an idea for a hip hop group because I wanted a hip hop interpolation. So
Okay.
I'm answering my own questions here. But I had 50 Cent, Jay-Z, Grandmaster Flash, Curtis Blow, and LL Cool J.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't come up with a young one because little Kendrick Lamar wouldn't really fit. Although he seems like a Bob Dylan to me, kind of.
He kind of does.
Yeah, but he's out of time. And Drake, I just don't.
You don't like Drake, do you?
No, I don't. I'm going to have to come to grips with how I feel about Drake. But I like the other guys there. There's only so much room. Grandmaster Flash would be the Jeff Lynne.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Do you have I've started answering all these questions.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't have a hip
That's
hop
okay.
group that
I know
could
that
do
was
this,
a try. I should have sent you a message. It was also 12:30 at night.
Yeah.
Okay. What part of the song brings you joy, Frank? I think you
I already talked about it, but anything that Roy Orbison sings, that pre-chorus, when Roy Orbison sings that, it's just so beautiful. How about you?
Mine is after he does his beautiful bridge part.
Yep.
And then it goes to this quote unquote chorus, or I call bridge 2, but this with Jeff Lynne and Roy Orbison singing.
Yeah.
That part mixed with the sweet smell of success line. I love that line.
Yeah.
I also know it's the end of the song, and I know the harmonica's coming up soon, which
Yeah.
I love too. That would be my favorite
The
part
whole
of the song.
song is just awesome.
There's so much to enjoy.
I love it.
It is, and it works. And it gave hope to all these musicians that you could continue to rock in your 40s and
Yeah.
50s. And it's gone on. I mean, look at it now. Springsteen
Yeah.
is in his 70s. Bruce Hornsby's coming out with a great album
Yeah.
in a few weeks.
Oh, okay.
You got to check out. The
Yeah.
singles are amazing. But there's so many who are still going. Things have changed. And Bob Dylan is still great.
Bob Dylan's still out there
He's like
doing his thing.
82 or
Yeah.
something? That's amazing. Okay, next category. Where would you be likely to hear this song? Where would you be to likely hear this song? I feel like that sentence is not working out, but where would you be?
That's a tough one because I don't hear the song often. Oh, man. If I'm going to hear it, it's going to be someone covering it at a bar.
Yeah, this is where I'm thinking, but I have it at the Royal Canadian Legion on like a fish fry night.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe played by the band, maybe just played on someone's CD
Yeah.
because they had the 5 CD changer just rotating through.
Yeah. which can bring us to our next thing, the different versions of the song.
Yeah, you checked out a bunch of them.
Yeah, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers and Jeff Lynne performed it at the Concert for George in 2002, so a year after his death, and at Harrison's induction to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2004. So those are a couple of live versions. There was also another live version, which I find hilarious, in 2014 at George Fest, which is a night celebrate and remember George Harrison, and it's organized by his son Danny. The song was played by a group which included Brandon Flowers from The Killers, Danny Harrison, Weird Al Yankovic,
That's incredible.
which is awesome, Britt Daniels, who is with the band Spoon,
Oh, yeah, okay.
and Wayne Coyne, who is the lead singer from The Flaming Lips.
Okay, so that is something. Now, here, let's play a snippet of it.
Yeah.
Everybody's got somebody to lean on. Put your body next to mine. Dream on. I've been up tired and made a mess, but I clean it up myself, I guess. Oh, the sweet smell of success.
Okay, there's another one that intrigued me. I didn't listen to, but I want to hear right now. It's the Jenny Lewis one you're talking about.
Yeah, I had the album that she recorded this on, and it's with Jenny Lewis, the Watson twins, Ben Gibbard, who is with Death Cab for Cutie, Connor Oberst, who is an indie darling, and M. Ward, who's another indie darling.
Hipster me with care, Frank.
Yes, very much so.
Situation's tolerable. Baby, you're adorable. Handle me with care. I'm so tired of being lonely. I still have some love to give. Won't you show me that you really care?
Everybody got somebody to lean on. Put your body.
A little too precious for me there. I don't know if we faded out to be kinder to our listeners, but I just got angry and turned it off once we got to...
Connor Oberst.
Oh, I hated that.
Yeah.
What does Connor Oberst do? Is he in some sort of band? Or is he just like something I hear on Sirius XM indie stations?
He's in a band called Bright Eyes, or he goes by Bright Eyes.
Yeah, okay. Yep, nope. I do not like that. But you did have some more astute criticism.
Yeah,
and
I
praise.
liked the Jenny Lewis and the Watson twins part earlier on, which really sets it up. But as soon as you get into the pre-chorus and chorus, it just feels soulless.
Yeah, and they also seemed a little too cool for school.
Yeah, oh
It's
yeah.
like, hey, respect, guys, respect.
Yeah.
All right, there are our versions.
Yeah.
We went so well. There's an extended version that is totally unnecessary and
Yeah.
didn't add anything.
No.
It just felt like they looped something.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they didn't even give us a proper long beginning. I was very angry hearing it. Okay, next up, Frank, you have a top 10 for us.
Yes. The song didn't tear the charts up. It peaked at number 45 the week ending January 21st, 1989. So the top 10 at that time was Put a Little Love in Your Heart by Annie Lennox and Al Green at number 10. When the Children Cry by White Lion at 9. Number 8, The Way You Love Me, Karen White. Number 7, Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson. And I always thought that Smooth Criminal would have been a number 1 song, but it peaked at number 7.
It's surprising how few songs Jackson had that went to number 1.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
considering,
How major he was.
yeah, oh, absolutely. Yes. Number 6, a song we've done, Every Rose Has Its Thorn by Poison. Number 5, another song we've done, When I'm With You by Sheriff.
Yeah, that's right. That's heading to number 1.
Yep.
Okay.
Number 4, My Prerogative by Bobby Brown.
Yep.
Armageddon It by Def Leppard at number 3.
Are you getting it? Yes, Armageddon it.
Number 2, Don't Rush Me by Taylor Dane.
She's made that mistake before.
Yes, she has.
Okay.
And number 1, Two Hearts, Phil Collins.
Well, I mean, hey, can't fault Phil. I actually decided to take a look at the Canadian top 10
Okay.
because Handle with Care actually reached a lot higher on the charts.
Yeah.
I'm just going to start from the top and down because I can't imitate you. You do
Okay.
too well at this. Two Hearts is also number 1.
Okay.
but Handle with Care was number 2.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we reached number 2. Then it was Every Rose Had Its Thorn, Waiting for a Star to Fall.
Oh,
Yeah.
Boy Meets Girl.
Boy Meets Girl. Put a Little Love in Your Heart for us was 5. Baby, I Love Your Way with Freebird.
Oh, yes.
By Will to Power, another song we did. And then this was surprising. It didn't do as well in the States, but American Dream by Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young.
Oh, okay.
In Your Room, The Bangles.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look Away, Chicago was number 9.
And love that song.
Yeah. Smooth Criminal is number 10.
Oh, okay.
So there we go. So Canada loved the Wilburys.
I have a feeling that Canada really, really loved Roy Orbison.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. That's come up a lot. Like, I don't know anybody who doesn't love Roy Orbison, because if I did, I would cease to know them.
That's true, yes.
Yeah.
I remember watching a Canadian made-for-TV movie. And this is from the late 80s or early 90s. So it would have been just after Roy Orbison would have passed away. But the character in it loved Roy Orbison. And he was like a high school kid or something like that, or a college kid. And he had Roy Orbison t-shirts, and he was a bit of a goofball. But yeah, I get the feeling Canada loves Roy Orbison.
Yeah. We have certain things we go for.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the sorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe.
think
I
so.
don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, mixtape.
Yes.
All right. I have one with a title that matches the song.
Okay.
It's called Handle with Care.
Gotcha.
Here's the picture I even made of it for like Apple Music. I'm on the Apple Music thing, and I don't know if anyone will see this, but do you see why that needs to be handled with care?
Oh, because it's fragile.
That's right. Fragile, I got a picture of the leg lamp that, of course, was not destined to last long. So
No.
all of these songs are about things you should be careful when you're handling them.
Gotcha.
Okay, so after Handle with Care will come Fragile by Sting.
Okay.
Yeah. Johnny Hates Jazz, Shattered Dreams.
Ah, gotcha.
Annie Lennox, bit of a diehard moment, Walking on Broken Glass.
I love that song.
Yeah, me too. And then let's see. Next up, I have Bee Gees, Fanny, Be Tender with My Love, because
Yes.
it's so easy to break it. I love that song. I love the Bee Gees. Love the Bee Gees. And then finally, some Canadian content. Odds. It Falls Apart.
Oh, okay. Nice.
There we go. There's my mixtape.
Nice. All right. So I have named my mixtape Supergroup Fragilistic Expialidocious.
Okay, great. Oh, that's a
Good
great
luck
title.
spelling that one.
All right. Okay.
So these are all supergroups. I'm going to start with Teach Your Children by Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young.
Yeah, that's a great song.
Feel Like Making Love by Bad Company.
Were they a supergroup?
Yeah, included members from Free, Mott the Hoople, and King Crimson.
Okay, all right.
Then a song that our good friend Nate Holmes loves, Hunger Strike by Temple of the Dog,
Yeah.
which includes members from Pearl Jam and Soundgarden.
I'm going hungry.
Hungry! Ow! It's pretty good, right?
That's amazing for now. Wow.
I think I just broke my voice. Then Highwayman by the Highwaymen.
Right?
So that was Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, and Chris Christopherson. And then closing it all off with Some Like It Hot, The Power Station, which included members from Duran Duran, Chic, and Robert Palmer.
Okay. Well, maybe I take it back about there not being supergroups of the caliber of the Wilburys. These guys at least come close. They
Yeah,
come
yeah.
close. We want to thank you for joining us as we gently discuss Handle with Care. You get that, Frank?
It's very clever.
Yeah. And we, of course, want to dedicate it to Frank's new computer screen. Just know that you'll be in much better hands now.
Hopefully I'll be more gentle with it going forward. We want to thank our listeners and our fan base for joining us each and every week. We know that we've drawn the ire and some criticism across the nearly 5 years that we've been doing this podcast. We've been sent up and we've been shot down. But we want to say to you, dear listeners, you're the best thing that we've ever found.
So put your ears next to our podcast.
Well, to the speaker, yeah.
Yeah. And dream on.
You've been listening to Bill and Frank's Guilt-Free Pleasures.